Let's get into it. I have the list of champions here as a reference as well.
Straight at the top.
So I think the earliest I have is 2001.
Great.
So Lakers, Sixers.
Lakers beat the brakes off of them.
Yes, but this is the series that Iverson stepped over Ty Lue.
Arguably a top 3 NBA image, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Interesting players on the floor, so I think it should be C.
I'm leaning C as well. I think anytime it's just having Iverson there.
Dominant, the Lakers team.
Just having Iverson there is really great. Our next one on the list, I believe, is Lakers Nets, a sweep. Shaq won Finals MVP.
That one might be D tier.
This is D tier.
Good players involved again, but
that Nets team was just undermanned. I mean, they had Todd McCullough guarding Shaq. Yeah, I like this D tier. Somehow the Spurs knock off the Lakers that following year in 2003, but still wash the Nets. I think Jason Kidd, that team that he had was really strong. It's just like everyone in the West.
What was
that season? It was 4-2. It was 4-2, and this was like this was the Robinson, Duncan.
So where would you put that one?
The torch. I think it's still C.
Yeah, I agree.
Pistons, Lakers. The Pistons, the powerhouse, beating the Lakers 4-1. Are you also gonna go C tier here?
Probably. Because here was my thing. That Lakers team was kind of hard to watch in that year. But also, I don't think that Pistons team was very interesting.
I don't think so either. 2005, Spurs Pistons, 7-game series. Let's take a look at that. Series. I think it's a better series for sure.
It was and let me tell you, as a Laker fan, that one was very difficult, this series, because I hated both teams. And it was one of those ones where I was like, can no one win a finals, please?
Even still, right? 84-69, 97-76, 2 blowouts. 96-79 Pistons blowout, 102-71 blowout. A great overtime game.
Dude, the fact that
none of these 81-74 is a final score.
They broke 100. Only one team broke 100 one time in a 7-game series.
I think that Spurs Pistons series that goes 7 will go B.
Matt Anderson said 75-87 is a disgusting. Nasty score.
That's a third quarter. That's a start of a third quarter in the modern NBA. Next on our list, I think this is when it starts to get slightly good because there's a lot of storylines and narrative. Heat, Mavs. This is the Dwayne Wade Shaq combo.
Which we really didn't talk enough about Dirk getting back at them.
I know.
Years later.
That revenge. Just a good series, I think.
Dick Bavada called to revenge.
I think it's a high B.
Yes, high B.
I think the storylines that come later on will get A tier. I think we have our favorites that we'll certainly cover. So now we go from Heat, Mavs, 4-2, then 2007, Spurs, Cavs, LeBron's, I believe his first finals that he went to got swept by those Spurs. Poor Bron. Let's see here.
God damn.
103.
100-point game. One.
This is game 3 makes
me sick. These all being rock fights. It's just disgusting.
Game 3 makes me sick to my stomach. 72-75. I'm nauseous looking at this as a final score.
Yeah, that's
I wonder what halftime was like.
Wilson said this is rough seeing these scores.
I'm going this one D, even though it's LeBron's first one.
Terrible
a sweep is never great, and if you have a 72-75
it's
game.
a sweep with the Spurs. No one wanted that.
2008, Celtics, Lakers, the rivalry begins. This is the super team finally winning one.
As a Lakers fan, I've never felt so... It felt like you were just in quicksand. You knew whatever you did, you were just going to sink. And I remember being so impressed that they took 2 games off of them because we had the Lakers had Powell.
Yeah.
Bynum did Bynum not play in that series? I don't think he did. Tough. I mean, it just was it was impossible winning games against that team. Even this, at least you're breaking 100 on some of these.
A couple
few
games.
Times.
But I remember
that last one.
I remember this.
131.
Jesus, 131,
which is insane.
Blowout.
I mean, the Lakers got
I just remember the Celtics were clicking on all cylinders, and the Lakers really didn't have an answer for that Celtics team.
Yeah.
I go top of B. I don't know if it hits the A for me yet.
No.
I know for you
didn't go enough games.
Sad, yeah.
But even still, that it was such a palatable hate that Boston and LA had for each other. Even then, like, they hadn't played in so long. You could still feel the undertones of it. That it made it really fun.
I vividly remember with that series the way the narrative was all in on Lakers Celtics rivalry back again, showing all these old clips, and I was like, okay, this was the start of it. But 2010 to me was the culmination of all that. So we get Lakers Magic, Dwight and Stan Van Gundy somehow carry themselves to the finals and get their ass whooped.
I think that series would have scared me a lot more. Or that Magic team would have scared me a lot more, but they were missing. What was their point guard's name on that team?
Not Ty Lue.
He does not get the flowers he deserves.
Jameer Nelson.
The
shoulder injury.
Got hurt.
Jameer Nelson was an all-star that year. Let's look here.
I was scared going into that one.
I mean, at the end of the day, that Magic team was pretty stacked.
All those guys are just kind of old. Yeah, exactly.
Steve
Javy and Monty McCutcheon refereeing the game.
Howard Lewis, 21, Kobe, 31, Trevor Ariza.
That's weird. Dwight was never the leading scorer.
No.
He got bottled up.
They had a lot of scores, though, between Turkoglu, Rashard, Jameer.
Dwight had 21 rebounds.
God.
Okay, this wasn't a very good series. I don't think.
I was like, I
would put this one C.
Yeah, let's go top of C or like middle C. The scoring is getting a little better. Now we get to what I think, in my opinion,
it's wild looking at this because we've had a lot to watch, and this isn't at all recency bias because a lot of those finals were just not very good.
No, I agree.
And as we approached, this was,
and in my opinion, I was gonna bring it up. This to me is an S tier.
Yeah,
finals.
I agree.
7 games. Celtics, Lakers back again. Kobe winning Finals MVP. Kobe putting the team on the back. There's some infamous moments. The Ron Artest being like, "Kobe, pass me the ball." The scene where Kobe talks with Pau on the pick and roll, how he knew Pau was going to be there on that dunk that kind of sealed that one game. A lot of memorable moments. I feel like I've watched a lot of this like finals documentary more than any of the other finals.
I think it pissed me off was the Boston LA thing that ESPN didn't feature this at all.
Right.
And I was like, kids don't want that.
No.
Like, kids don't want, I mean, I love the old heads, but like, no one wants that. Give me this modern one. Yes. All right, S tier with that one. I think we're good there.
Good there. We continue to move on. We have now Mavs, Heat. Mavs get their revenge.
I think that's an A tier. Even though it didn't go 7 games. Watching LeBron and Bosh and the amount of hate that they had, and all of a sudden this Mavs team going into there, I would be so curious to see what the odds were on them
going into this series.
And we talk about it. Obviously, we're not weighing out the run that they had because this is an S tier run.
Yeah.
But like, go up. Down. So the Mavs run. He beats, I think, Brandon Roy's Portland Trailblazers. Yep. He beats the Lakers with Kobe, sweeps them, the defending champs. And then they beat the Young Thunder with Harden, Russ, Durant, Ibaka. Insane.
Brandon Borders said it on your video at the takes that this is the Dirk's finals win is probably the heaviest finals win. I agree
I do too.
To a long point because this was an impressive run and this was just Dirk. I think everyone was pro Mavs watching this finals because the hate on the Heat was so strong.
Agreed.
2012, Miami finally wins their first ring with the Big Three beating the Thunder. They beat them 4-1. I think the Thunder were just outmatched and outcoached by Spo.
Yeah. Not a great series.
What do you go? A tier as well or B tier? Top of B?
That's a B tier. I mean, a lot of fun players in that one, but not a great.
Yeah.
Not a great series from a number of games perspective.
Then we go Heat Spurs, 7 games, one of the all-time great finals. The beautiful game versus the
Yeah. Out to Allen, and then the three,
so many great moments. LeBron getting his MVP. I mean, this is not only is this two of the best put together teams, this is also two Hall of Fame coaches, two GOAT level coaches in my mind.
Forgot about T-Mac being on that Spurs team.
Oh my God, that's right. This was a series to remember. I've watched this series doc a bunch. That's an S tier series. I really loved watching that series and rewatching it.
Any finals that they wheel out the trophy prematurely is incredible. So that happened in instant S tier. AK said was gonna say, if you can hear the champagne chilling and it never gets popped, great series. So that's good stuff.
We get Spurs Heat again in 2014.
Not a great series.
But they beat them up. The Heat are on their last legs. The Spurs were essentially unstoppable, and Kawhi became Kawhi.
Yeah. Not a great
scoring's
series.
A little lopsided.
Pretty boring.
I give that a top of B.
Wade's knees were so cooked.
I know, and I felt bad watching him.
I think that one's a C. I think if you put it higher than that, it's too much recency bias.
Okay. Warriors in 2015 beating the Cavs 4-2. This is the start of the Warriors dynasty, but this is
weird.
Without
won MVP.
I know, and this is without KD.
Yeah.
So it's just funny that the Cavs were coached by David Blatt. Kyrie played,
and then I think he got hurt after.
Okay, yeah. So the following day, he was diagnosed with a fractured left kneecap that required surgery and ruled out for the rest of the finals, joining Kevin Love, who suffered the dislocated shoulder in the first round of the playoffs, and Anderson Varejao, who was also hurt. So it really became LeBron. LeBron gutting this out. God. I don't know if chat you could see this.
LeBron, 39, 16, and 11 in game 2.
The game that went to OT. This is, let's see, LeBron James tallied his 5th finals triple-double with that number that Zach mentioned, while moving solely into 2nd all-time in finals triple-doubles behind Magic. He was 11 for 35, but he played 50 minutes, led all scores. Fucking insane.
He should have won the finals MVP over Iguodala.
Yeah.
With the Jerry West thing kind of started that. 40
and 8. He wills them again to win.
By far the worst finals MVP choice I've ever seen.
Iguodala?
Yeah. I think
how do you give somebody the MVP and the other person he was going to have 40 a game?
Yeah.
Literally 40 a game.
Obviously somebody that combated that, Steph, should have won. That's the only time Steph.
They were like, it was because he was guarding LeBron. LeBron was giving him
bucket after bucket.
Yeah. What were y'all watching, media? What game were you watching?
If LeBron had averaged 29 in the playoffs, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. There's 36. Warriors first ring. I go A here. I go A, and that's you like B?
Yeah. Because there's no Kyrie, no Kevin Love, and it kind of drove me crazy.
Show.
LeBron was amazing, but it was only
You're also a Warriors hater too, a little bias.
Yes, but I just think we were deprived of even if LeBron has Kyrie or Kevin Love, that series goes 7 games. I guess that one can go A. Put that one A. You're right. Thank you for reminding me.
I just think storylines, the first
yeah.
And it was such an run.
They came truly out of nowhere because a lot of people thought, hey, maybe this is finally the Clippers' time.
Yes.
And, that obviously wouldn't happen.
He just had to bring it up.
Of course. He had to do did the Lakers still pay? Yeah, I got to throw my rock. I got to throw my rock back at him.
Just when you can.
Yeah.
2016 finals, I think there's an automatic S tier for me. This is the Cavs 4-3 victory. Kyrie shot over
3-1
Steph.
deficit.
3-1 deficit. Kevin Love D'ing up Steph Curry in the final possession. I watched
every
game.
The run?
Yeah.
Wow. I really thought the Thunder were gonna. Oh yeah, that was one that broke Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
That's right.
Broke KD in that 4-3.
They had them.
That was the step shot where Mike Breen bang, the half court winner. They go 73-9. Just an incredible series. Let's continue on. We go after that amazing Cavs win. Warriors 4-1. Warriors sweep on the Cavs. I guess 2017, KD won MVP. I guess that, to me, that was just LeBron being unmatched again. I don't know. I'm leaning like B.
Yeah,
C.
I mean, they felt so overmatched.
Yeah.
Again, I think both of those KD ones were just so kind of tough to watch because you felt, or at least as a LeBron fan, I felt so sad for him because he was just like, was so overpowered.
Yeah. Warriors Raptors. I think everyone was kind of rooting for the Raptors at this point. But then people were sick of the Warriors agenda.
Agreed. But again, on the other side, not stopping being a Warriors hater, they were so injured. It just sort of sucked.
Yes.
So this one for me is the C tier.
I'm with you. I thought everything leading up to the playoffs or to the finals in this year was really good.
See,
you had the Kawhi buzzer beater against the Sixers.
Great playoffs.
Then we go Lakers Heat bubble. What do you think? I thought it was fine.
I think it's a B. I think it's a B. Yeah, because the Heat played okay, but without you could put it C. But without, it felt like we were just so thirsty to have any entertainment that it was nice to have it back.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't a great series. Yeah. I think that series could have been A tier if they had Dragic the whole time, and it was because it would have just been more fun. You could convince me C.
The way Dragic was playing too was like
it was
a bummer to see him go down.
Yeah, similar to the Jameer Nelson thing.
Suns Bucks. I really loved this series.
Yeah.
I thought this was like great basketball, and finally we have new teams.
Yeah,
we find Heat, Lakers, always up and down this list. We've never seen Suns or the Bucks on this list, and we get Giannis's first ring. We get the kind of celebration in that. I think it's A tier as well.
Great comeback. It was really a good series, and it did not go 7 games, correct?
It went 6.
6. So if that one goes 7, I could be convinced to put it S tier.
Agreed. That's our list.
All right, so let's just recap this just for the edit. So let's go. D tier. What do we have?
That's that
Cavs Spurs sweep and Nets Lakers sweep.
Yeah,
the sweep finals terrible. Then
everything in C tier for the most part, except for the modern ones, is because the scoring was so bad, and we're these stinky poo poo box scores.
And a lot of them are 4-1, 4-2 series. When we get to B, you start to see more of the fun scoring, more interesting storylines. Yep. That young Thunder team losing to the Heat. You got the first Kobe big three Lakers Celtics, Lakers Heat.
Yeah.
From the bubble game, not great, but whatever. The Mavs title run, elite. And we threw
Warriors
Spurs one in just because.
Then we go Dirk's run, Warriors first championship.
Oh, yeah,
and
there
then
you
the
go.
most recent Suns Bucks. S tier, I'm very comfortable with this S tier list of the last 20 years. Lakers, Celtics, 7-game series. Heat, Spurs, 7-game series. Warriors, Cavs, 7-game series. Yeah. Basically, we just love a 7-game series.
100%. If you go 7 games in the finals, it's probably not a bad viewing experience. You could convince. Okay, if you had to draw one
from the S tier,
I feel like the 2013 series or the Lakers Celtics one, there were some bad games.
I was gonna move Lakers Celtics down if I had to move one of those.
Fair enough.
I would order this, to be honest. I would order this. I would go here.
Okay, I'm with that
because I don't remember as many buzzer beaters or crazy things. And here you have
Allen
Shaw.
Score, there were a lot of blowouts.
You have the Ray Allen shot, which is iconic. You have the Kyrie shot, which is iconic, and this is the block, right? Blocked by James. Countless number of iconic moments, and I think that's what does it. Do you want? Yeah, I'm good with that list. Daniel, if you're cutting this, it's a doozy.
This is a fun one.
You don't have to put all of this in here.
No.
Cut what you want.
This is a fun S tier. I don't think we've had one where it was I felt so happy that it went long.
Yeah.
Normally when they go long, I always feel bad.
And we covered it pretty well. Sheesh! Man, that video was good. If you want to watch more videos like that, make sure you like and subscribe to the Buckets YouTube channel.